they ban out a support or 3 position. It's tough to say what they're looking for as a Bat Rider ban.
I'm surprised they banned the Bat Rider too. Although Bat Rider's pretty good in lane, you do have to press the attack.
Yeah, I'm also kind of surprised by that ban. Because Legion Commander would not really have any issues with that. I think it's Legion Commander ideally wants to lane up against the Nature's Prophet, and then at the same time you also want to lane wherever a Bat Rider would be laning, and so then as opposed to you dictating which lane has superiority, Unique kind of get to dictate which lane has superiority by just sacrificing their Bat Rider and being like, you have to send your Legion Commander versus our useless Bat Rider, as opposed to the Nature's Prophet that you'd rather send it up against.
And usually when something like that happens, when a Bat Rider gets his Sticky Napalm kind of nullified by, say, something like the Press the Attacker and Oracle on the other side, it will sit in the 5 position as to not, put someone as countered in a higher position. And now this time, Unique, they go to the Void Spirit, and I wonder if... Okay, so this should move the Medusa safe lane, right?
Yeah, which I think safe lane Medusa is a better place to put her, especially if you're not going to ban out Sniper last, which they don't. They instead go for an anti-mage, and Void Spirit definitely discourages a sniper pick very heavily. So pretty solid maneuvering by Unique in this draft. They still have to deal with this LC versus Nature's Prophet, and now they're going, let's see, Pikachu could go Templar. Oh boy. So could send the Quap mid, could send the Death Prophet mid. They will send Death Prophet mid. Okay, yeah, so but it's an off lane Void Spirit, and it's mid lane Nature's Prophet. Okay, interesting.
Okay. And it will be the 5 position Vanscore, which I am being yelled at in chat is a normal occurrence for Vanscore. That Tusk is usually the 5 for this team.
So
I just don't like 5 Tusk that much. I guess he gets the same amount done, but
you sacrifice like the aggression in your laning phase for more defensive oriented stuff, which generally you're picking Tusk because like, I have tag team and I get to abuse the enemy lane, but that's not really going to happen too much against the Legion Commander. I don't know. This is going to be kind of a tough game for a Medusa. Much as how the last game was also. I think Void is a very, very solid last pick. And Cyber Legacy proving that they have flexibility with this 4-position Queen of Pain is also a huge asset, because they could have still, like, up until this last pick, they had 2 heroes that could have gone mid, Death Prophet or Queen of Pain. And they could have picked a third one, and they could have still sent that third hero mid. But instead they send the DP mid, get a 1-position Faceless Void, who should be able to deal with this offlane Void Spirit, I guess. Offlane Void Spirit versus... yeah, no, I think this should actually be kind of difficult for Void Spirit, because Grimstroke's an amazing support to have with Faceless Void, and you may have to get an early point and dissimulate as BZZ just to make sure you don't get ink swelled or whatever.
Yeah, try to dodge out the ink swell. We'll see how BZZ does on this Void Spirit. I think he had a little bit of a disappointing game on the Dragon Knight, so this time on a Void Spirit, we'll see how he does. And I hear that really can, or from the mid at least, is normally pretty active at level 6. So I'm wondering what the plan is for BZZ now that it'll be in the off lane. Is he going to try and keep it a little bit more farm focused past level 6, or is this a lineup that might even try to fight as we hit level 6 for a couple of these heroes on Unique? If
their lane goes well, then I think this Void Spirit would, but I don't anticipate this lane going very well. It's a Rubik and a Void Spirit lane that has like minimal combo potential. You have to, like, the Rubik I feel is just going to get super harassed with this Grimstroke. That the Void Spirit is more like it was a backup plan. If Cyber Legacy did end up committing to a sniper mid, then they would have probably given the Void Spirit mid lane priority and then turned BZZ into a Nature's Prophet instead, but since they went for a more traditional mid like the Death Prophet, they were like, all right, whatever, we'll stick with the Nature's Prophet mid and we'll turn Void Spirit into an offlaner.
So is it looking good again here for Cyber Legacy within the laning phase that they're just gonna, because that's how they had it last time. In the first game they were up about 3,000, almost strictly farming.
Yeah, I think it'll be kind of similar. It won't be as one-sided because the Nature's Prophet will probably be able to get more farm just inherently, as opposed to the heroes that they had in game 1. But I think that the laning phase will again go Cyber Legacy's favor.
There will be pain. There will be screaming.
Up against this Medusa, what's the build for the Void? Are we seeing a diffusal Void, or are we just gonna see the standard kind of build for a Void, maybe Mask of Madness or Battle Fury? What is this Void potentially looking for?
Let's see. I would be on board with a diffusal, even like a diffusal Manta kind of thing, just specifically because of this Medusa, because they don't really have a ton of damage that they can throw into a Chrono. It'll kind of depend on Death Prophet's positioning if she's able to like get close enough for Siphons and get her Exorcism Ghost to attack Sphere. But Queen of Pain's not in a core role, so she can't really do too much outside of a Sonic Wave. And Legion Commander can't do anything other than maybe set up for Chronosphere. So it's kind of up to Faceless Void to isolate this Medusa and then like burn all of her mana off. So yeah, something like a I know Necrobook was kind of becoming popular on some heroes. I don't really think Void can get away with it. I think Void would have too many mana issues if he went for a Necrobook. But yeah, I think a Diffusal Blade would be pretty solid as opposed to a Mask of Madness.
So we'll see how these lanes end up going. 19 gonna sit mid. He's had these treants blocking for him. Did a pretty good job, but so did Pikachu. Take a look over.
Yeah, Prophet mid is kind of really hard to deal with for most heroes because you have to deal with 4 treants, and they basically are like added base damage to a Nature's Prophet in terms of denies and last hits. And DP can't nuke these down for quite a while. Treants have 550 HP, so yeah, like it'll take 2 Crypt Swarms at level 3 to be able to take them down.
So it'll be a while before Pikachu maybe feels comfortable in this lane. However, I wouldn't be surprised to see Big Gnome maybe make a rotation like he did in the first game. Meanwhile, Grimstroke, bottom, he's getting low. And I took a look over at this lane, and for a second, Palantimos and Grimstroke were playing aggressive, and all of a sudden, Medusa top. Big Gnome and Last Hero combined to get the kill on Zitrax.
It must have been overwhelming odds nuke, I guess, because let's see. Wow, no, Queen of Pain dealt the majority of the damage.
I'm a
with
little
455 damage. Jeez.
I'm a little shocked too because I wasn't expecting that kill. I looked over bottom. Vanscore was running at them with tag team, backed him off for a second, and then all of a sudden Zitrax just gets caught out like that. That's a bit of a shock.
Queen of Pain, I mean, Medusa is a very, very slow hero. 275 base move speed, and you put Shadow Strike on top of that, she's down to 219 on the first tick. So I think she probably just ate a bunch of right clicks after getting kited with a Shadow Strike.
Wonder if we'll see more of that aggression as Shards on a Big Gnome. Big Gnome playing with Blink on cooldown, now finally up once again. Does have the Shadow Strike, Mystic Snake comes in. Zitrax again just eating so much damage at the moment, where it feels like this offlaner of Last Hero on the Legion can just have free reign to move in and really mess with this Medusa.
Yeah, I'm impressed by the build also, just outright skipping Moment of Courage for, well, now he'll take it at 3, but the overwhelming odds nukes, are very, very scary for this Medusa to deal with, because not only is the nuke damage a lot, but then Last Hero, like I said, getting a bunch of move speed on this very, very slow Medusa can very easily get kills. And I'm kind of surprised that Vanscore is just like skipping Snowball for now, because if you're going to be playing 5-position Tusk, I imagine the goal is probably to keep your Medusa safe as opposed to try to go aggressive.
Tag team again. Shards not placed well from Vanscore. And 19 will end up biting the dust over mid. And Pikachu?
Why did he fade?
Alright. He's going to end up offing himself. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe, wait, I don't, were the treants like gonna, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Okay, well, whatever the case, wow, he's doing really well. He's outlast hitting the Nature's Prophet, and he gets a kill off of that, so well played.
Juica again. Shards are placed well this time. Press the attack on a big gnome who falls to Zitrax. That time, Vanscore actually placed some shards that locked in a hero, and Zitrax comes away with the kill. He's still taking a boatload of damage, but he does have that salve. So he'll be okay. But now he's got to get Mangos ferried out, as he is working with no mana. So I wouldn't be surprised for them to even go back again on his Zitrax, and that's exactly what they do. But last hero in the tag team, he just dies. At least they'll get the kill here. Oh, the deny from Vanscore. Not a hard one to get, but one that is very significant, especially when your Legion just kind of stands there and bangs and ultimately ends up dead.
Yeah, this Medusa, they are not respecting the tag team at all. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a 5-position Tusk, but still, like, tag team is just as irritating to deal with as any other hero, so they give up 2 kills to the Medusa, which, I mean, like, still, it's just the early laning phase. It's not that significant, but still, it's a... I imagine that a Queen of Pain Legion Commander lane would have been way more difficult for a Medusa to deal with, and so far she's doing just fine.
And there's that first exorcism. One of the things that I've seen occur in China when they've picked this Death Prophet mid is just everybody comes mid to stop this exorcism from doing anything. They've got the Nature's Prophet, the Rubik come in.
Yeah, in this game, protecting the mid-tier one's actually really important, because with your Medusa, like, no one's really stacking for her. So she can't, like, make... Oh, well, Pikachu used his last tango.
Yeah, he is dead here in the exorcism.
Wow, and a
tipped immediately.
Okay. That was strange. He had 2 Spirit Siphons also. I think he, like, didn't have the mana for it or something? I don't know what it was, but... Okay, well, he goes down. Kind of a waste of a first exorcism. Only takes the tier 1 tower down to, like, half HP.
Working with this level 2 in the Shadow Strike. Constantly throwing it at Zitrax, who is doing okay in this lane after the odd start. Or, well, 18 last hits. Not terribly. As, Snowball tag team on the Bigham, but won't find anything with that.
I'm curious what last hero's Legion Commander build will be this game. I don't really think they need too much initiation, because even if you manage to, like, blink on the Medusa, I don't think you can kill her before she can get Stone Gaze off. So I think something like a Blade Mail would be a little bit more effective for this Legion Commander. But it depends on how early Palantimos wants to start fighting, because, oh wow, actually 19 wants to fight.
Yeah, he makes the rotation bottom. They don't have Chronosphere, the Telekinesis, and this is not looking that great for Palantimos. He doesn't have Time Lock.
Oh,
and, oh boy. Held on to the wand charges and ends up going down for it, and now this might even be the tier 1 tower too.
Yeah, if he had gotten that wand off in time, he would have probably survived enough time. Not that he would have been able to come back to this lane anyway. A Nature's Prophet first rotation will almost always net a tower, which it successfully will. But getting a Void kill on top of that is just gravy.
So, Void still sitting level 5. Not going to TP back to lane or anything, and Zitrax over top. He's still sitting level 5. So both 1 positions not exactly having the time of their lives. Zitrax getting chased. No duel to work with. Mystic Snake. Bignum's up here, but the rotation from BZZ deters any more aggression from Cyber Legacy.
now that the bot tier 1 is gone, Medusa may feel more safe just alternating between her eastern jungle and the bot lane. Because at this point, the top lane's a little bit tricky. Now, Happy Durara taking some abuse from Rubik.
He's hoping it pops before 19 comes over. Sprout is there. Telekinesis is out. They'll get the kill. They lose the Rubik. But with the snowball forward in the tag team, now the shards, Pikachu taking a lot of damage. He's got that Spirit Siphon looking for the Chrono. And Death Prophet stopped in her tracks. Not a lot of damage coming out from Plantimos, and that Chrono really doesn't lead to anything. Just kind of holds him in place.
Even if Death Prophet didn't walk into it, it wouldn't have really done anything. She has no mana, and so no chance for a Crypt Swarm. So somewhat of a failed first Chrono from Palantimos. Not enough of his team around to actually do anything with it. But the Death Prophet does survive.
Not exactly the way you'd like to use that first Chrono.
Yeah, and now the rest of Unique feel much more confident going on the Void if they want to actually like go for a kill, which, I mean, their team is really good at it. Being able to global teleport of the Nature's Prophet, you got Snowball and Tag Team. Vanscore's like level 5, so he's about to get the Walrus Punch as well. And they may be able to also claim both outposts, as still got 30 seconds left. We'll see if Bignom's able to get it, but BZZ may discourage it. He'll put like an Aether, or... Is he going to put an Aether Remnant in front? No, he's just going to leave it.
And now Bignum needs to try and get over there and grab it.
No, Legion's going to come with, just in case.
And they'll have the 2 heroes going for the outpost. It should be 1 apiece. Meanwhile, mid 19 just trying to take a tier 1 tower. Last hero comes in. He does have dual Inkswell. Pops onto the Void Spirit, but nobody here to help out this Grimstroke. Legion's Courier, too, ends up dead over mid. Exorcism gets used as they lose the Legion Commander. And they'll get the kill onto Illusion, but still lose that Grimstroke off screen. Vanscore on the run, and this is another Exorcism that... I don't know if it will transition to anything beneficial for them. They are going to try and get the tier 1 tower, though. Or at least they did ping it out.
Easy. These just gonna... Oh, he gets the silence off. Wow, it's an early point in silence. Oh!
The ghosts!
They give up. And there's a DD rune on this Nature's Prophet, so yeah, they're not going to be able to really do anything with that Exorcism in terms of objectives. Oh! Bignum with the Sonic Wave! I respect it. I respect it. You did give up Scream of Pain, but like, whatever. That's worth it to... You're the 4 position, killing the enemy 3 position. Nice, nice. Give him a tip also, hell yeah.
So what is this Void?
And it does look like... Yeah, it does look like he's going to be going for the Mask of Madness, which, it's definitely, like, the most immediate damage. It's just that I don't think he'll be able to really kill the Medusa early on. And so, again, it's seeming to be the same strategy that Cyber Legacy went for last time, which is like, we don't really care about the Medusa. We'll deal with her when we have to deal with her. For right now, I'm just going to try to kill the rest of your team. As now Snowball and Telekinesis on this Grimstroke. He's dead.
The thing about Medusa too, like last game Medusa was sitting top of the net worth for the majority of it. Now this time, not the best laning phase. And is sitting middle of the pack. Shadow Strike on a Vanscore. But Medusa is here. Bignum has the blink, so he'll just leave.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet has been spending like way more time in the jungle than I was anticipating. I thought they would reserve the jungle for the Medusa. So that she has like safe places to farm, but instead she's just been farming the enemy jungle, and Tusk has kind of been standing as a bodyguard in the vicinity, while Nature's Prophet just consumes most of the dire jungle.
Illusion Vanscore.
Still not seen a single duel yet either, and Legion will be going for the Blade Mill first item.
Yeah, Blade Mail there. Blade Mail for the Nature's Prophet as well. He's going in the Desolator next.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Void spots BZZ. Doesn't exactly have much help. Okay.
BCC's just soaking up experience. There's nowhere on the map for him to farm because his Medusa and Prophet are just vacuuming up the rest of it.
It looks like they want to set up mid with both these heroes, the Queen of Pain as well as the Grimstroke, but unfortunately they just aren't the two strongest heroes in the game for Cyber Legacy to make a call like that. I like the combination that they could potentially have with a Blink and an Inkswell to start off the fight, but it's really up to Cyber Legacy to really make that happen.
I can't believe this Medusa's bullying Legion Commander out of her own jungle. It feels like Unique are getting like way more out of the map, but it's way more in the jungle. Is now telekinesis on the Legion Commander.
Yeah, last hero getting run down thanks to the snowball and these 4 heroes over bottom for the side of Team Unique, and afterwards they're going to try and transition that into some tier 2 damage over bottom, and nobody's coming over to defend this.
Yeah, Pikachu picks up a DD rune, but a scan... Oh, well, actually, they smoke up. They need to move kind of fast. 19's chunking away at this tower, and Vanscore's going to intercept the smoke.
This is good for them. Snowball, Inkswell pops. Now the snowball going all the way over to the neutrals. They're trying to TP out, but the damage is there for them, as Vanscore will eventually die. And I believe the last hit for Palantimos. I don't know if maybe the Death Prophet thought she got it with the double damage, but also I think that's fine where you get yourself the last hit for the Faceless Void.
Yeah, and they didn't have to spend Exorcism for that, so they don't lose their bot tier 2. They have Exorcism, Palantimos has Chrono and Mask of Madness, so I would think that it would be a good time to do something, and they do see Medusa in her jungle now, but they kind of leave her. I mean, they should totally fight. I know last time they never fought the Medusa, but like, what more could you possibly need than Chrono Exorcism? Because even the turnaround potential isn't that high from Unique. Okay, they're going on Citrox.
Here comes the Exorcism. A lot of damage on the Cyber Legacy. They'll kill off the Grimstroke, but Zitrax getting low. He's in the Soul Bind. Infamous Exorcism loses his life. Big Gnome gone. Palantimos with the Chronosphere. Now on to BZZ. Last hero has the duel afterwards, and he's on the edge of the Chrono to help grab this kill. 3 go down as Pikachu looks for more, but eventually killed by 19 with the Blade Mail.
Yeah, he overplayed his hand there a little bit. He was waiting, like the ghosts were about to time out and heal him, and then he kills off the Tusk, and he's like, I can go for another +1 instead. And then Blade Mail gets activated, and he eats all of that damage. But still, extremely solid fight from Radiant. It's not the biggest setback because it was overall kind of even in terms of total kills. But you gave up a duel victory, which is a bit of a setback, and any death that Medusa has is always kind of dramatic at this early phase of the game, just to slow her farming potential. So, successful turnaround. It is a bit of a shame that Death Prophet ended up dying, but it makes Unique keep it a little bit competitive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
First duel damage. Works out for last year. That was great positioning to have BZZ on the edge of the Chrono.
Yeah, and I mean, great staggering as well from Legion Commander to wait for the duel as well until they were sure they could pick up that kill on BZZ. Take mid tier 1, they do not care. Once they see a lost fight, they look at it more as like, oh, your cooldowns are down as Vanscore misses Ice Shards on Big Gnome. But yeah, I mean, like, they lose a fight, no big deal. You don't have Chrono for another minute, you don't have Exorcism for another 40 seconds. That just means that we can take a whole bunch of map control now.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
So, after all said and done, 19 taking a lead on the net worth by quite a big margin. Has the Maelstrom. It looked like he was going into the Deso. He did have one Mithril Hammer queued up and then ended up going from Deso to Maelstrom and then finishing off the Mjolnir next.
They seem to be pushing fast enough. I don't really think the Deso would have been necessary for like team fighting purposes. I think Maelstrom's more effective, and Cyber Legacy are not really putting up much of a fight.
They want the duel, but now the snowball. Ultimately, he'll still be dead here, but just makes them work for it a little bit more.
Ooh, the Exorcism for Roche. Perfect timing. With a DD rune as well. This is very, very convenient. A train will come scout it, but a little bit too late, and they will get an Aegis for the Faceless Void. Oh man, he's got an Imp Claw. That's a great item for Void.
And he's got the Imp Claw, he's finished the Maelstrom, he's got Mask of Madness. They are migrating towards bottom, but
Oh man, I wonder if he
Dire
could...
control this outpost. Ooh, Yules and Queen of Pain. Snowball coming through with the telekinesis. Walrus Punch to finish him off. Vanscore gets the kill on a Bignum.
I don't know how much Cyber Legacy can really push with this Aegis, because I imagine they're probably going to wait until Exorcism comes back, so for the next minute and a half. Ooh, Pikachu.
Oh, Pikachu in trouble. There's the Yules once again. Aether Remnant have the shards to assimilate. The Legion Commander will come
nice
over
press
and
the
throw the
attack.
overwhelming odds as well as the press the attack on a Pikachu. Two-man silence, but everybody is here for the Dire. The Stolen Cryptstorm from Illusion, the duel onto the Medusa, but... Okay.
Oh, she won.
Nobody else is here.
I think she was like hoping that Medusa would not get the last hit on the Death Prophet or something, and she was like, I know, I'll duel this Medusa so that she can't keep chasing. But then everyone was like, oh sweet, let's just win this duel for Medusa, and they get the kill on the Death Prophet anyway, and now Zitrex gets a cozy 18 duel damage from that. Oh, and another Yules onto the Queen of Pain.
Bignum in trouble. Walrus Punch, easy finish.
Well, this time Unique have a net worth advantage along with having a Medusa, which was not the case in the last game. In the last game, they were always at a net worth deficit. But, yet again, I feel like Cyber Legacy are like, it's cool, we got Faceless Void. You know, you're gonna mess up at one point, and then we're just gonna win the game.
I will be the talk of the lanes.
So now they have this lead 5,000 net worth lead. Medusa sitting towards the top of the net worth. It's actually 19 who leads by 3k over the Faceless Void. 19's having quite the game at the moment, now going into the BKB. He's been all over the place, and we've at first kind of questioned him taking over the jungle and taking the farm priority in the jungle over this Medusa, but it's so far seemed to have worked out for them.
Yeah, they've won pretty much all the early team fights, and Medusa's not, like, super far behind at all. She's going for the exact same build, although this time she did not go for the evasion talent. Instead, when she went for the damage talent, so... Still going to Manta style into Butterfly, which again, never a bad idea against right-clickers like a Faceless Void, and the armor will be nice against the Exorcism, but let's see if Cyber Legacy can do anything with this smoke. They're kind of going blindly up to the high ground.
Never the brightest idea. Aether Remnant. And now let's see what else they can get. Chronosphere onto the Medusa, but the Stone Gaze already comes in. They get the cone of the Grimstroke.
that
Now they
blade
look over
now.
the Death Prophet. Death Prophet turned to stone. And Illusion with the telekinesis on the last hero. They get the first kill. They've already taken the first life away from the hands of this Faceless Void. They are around Pikachu, and Pikachu is in a lot of trouble, even with the Exorcism going. He can't do anything. That's 3 for 1 in favor of Team Unique. And a 7k lead for them as well.
Yeah, that was a worst case scenario for Cyber Legacy. The worst case scenario is smoke pops when we're still on low ground, and we have to blindly jump up to high ground. And then they did that, and then Palademos is like, well, I gotta chrono something. So Stone Gaze comes out, he chronos the Medusa, and then it's like, I can't look at this Medusa, so I just have to leave. And instead tries to go on the Nature's Prophet, and Nature's Prophet just activates Blade Mail and like almost, like after 3 attacks, Faceless Void almost instantly kills himself. They scan him out, has a time walk, but Snowball catches him.
Snowball comes in. They've got the Aether Remnant to simulate. Palantimos taking a lot of damage. The Soul Mind is there as well as the duel. They'll take out the Nature's Prophet. That is a big kill. And now they're looking over at BZZ. The Phantom's Embrace. That'll silence him up, so he cannot Astral Step out of this one. He
has
doesn't
a
have a
Yules.
charge regardless. But
Yeah,
now
he's
the
dead.
Yules, and they're still trying to get the damage out. He'll have an Astral Step Charge in a second, but unable to use it. Bignum gets the kill on a BZZ, and that is a good turnaround for Cyber Legacy to get those two.
Yeah, damn, that Nature's Prophet went hella deep committing for that, which, I mean, he doesn't have like an Orchid or anything, so even if he did manage to jump in, he would have had to rely on getting like just a bunch of right-click damage. Now Vanscore is kind of on the run. Yule's
Zero.
almost in range for the Death Prophet, but not quite.
Maybe hits that Yules and then goes into a duel. But Telekinesis throws back the Legion.
A little slow in the momentum. That is a 6-time streak going the way of the Legion Commander, so Legion gets dual damage out of that and a bunch of gold, and probably going to work her way to a Halberd, which we saw how effective disarming the Medusa can be in the last game, so another Halberd carrier could go a long way here in game 2.
Dire's top tower
Seems like the Death Prophet could use maybe a BKB, but that's not the direction that DP's going to go in. Void will at least go for the BKB.
Yeah, I think with the move speed from Exorcism, Pikachu doesn't need to be too concerned about having a BKB.
hurt the world.
Really the only reliable stun. Like, you have a Yules to be able to get out of some of Void Spirit's setups, and then the Tusk Snowball you can probably outrun, especially since he has a Blink Dagger as well on the Death Prophet, so may opt for it as like a third item, but for right now he feels pretty safe.
So, quick pause coming in. I'm going to throw up all the items, take a look at what everybody's got so far. This man, 19, having a game. He did just die over towards top, but Blade Mail, Mjolnir, BKB, all on it here for Unique. And he's also, does he have anything shipping out on the courier?
Not quite.
I don't think so.
And I don't really anticipate his build falling off anytime soon. As a right-click Nature's Prophet, like, you generally scale quite well, and you, obviously, if things in terms of team fights are looking bad, you can just immediately leave and start split pushing, and you could probably just like take a tower while everyone's still recovering from the tail end of a team fight. So this is part of the reason why I think CIS likes mid lane Nature's Prophet so much, is because he never really loses mid, and he has like so many ways to just like stay relevant constantly in the game.
Smoke here from Unique. And they're gonna run up on this Faceless Void. They've got the Yules, they'll have the Aether Remnant down. Now Plantimos could press the attack, but the damage still coming through. Walrus Punch is there, and he is unable to get the Time Walk off. Good job killing off Plantimos. Zitrax gets the kill.
Props to Illusion for that one. The presence of mind to know that Legion Commander would be in the area to press the attack off. He immediately telekinesis after the Aether Remnant disable gets dispelled, and they successfully get that kill. And he steals press the attack, which is sweet.
That's a big one to have as bottom. Now gone on to this Death Prophet. Pikachu on the run. Sprout is there. Pikachu trying to survive. Duel comes in onto BZZ. The Snowball, though, hits on the Death Prophet sonically. Pushes back 19. Can they get another kill on the Nature's Prophet? He pops the BKB with a Blade Mail. Do they have the damage to finish him off? Bignum taking a lot of hits. He ends up dead. Next one's the Grimstroke. Triple kill for 19. Just stands and holds his ground.
What a player. Oh man, yeah, I would have run away like a coward, but he knew that there's not nearly enough physical damage. Grimstroke has a freaking Philosopher's Stone, so he's not doing any right-click damage. Queen of Pain, it's mostly magic damage, so the Scream of Pain does literally nothing, and that was his 10-second BKB, so he knew he had plenty of time for spell immunity. Very well played by 19. This Blade Mail is like, usually you get Blade Mail on the Nature's Prophet just for the stats, because 28 damage, 6 armor, 8 int, Those are amazing stats to have on a Nature's Prophet. But if you're able to turn the active against the enemy this frequently, we saw it be used against the Death Prophet's Exorcism. We see it be used against the Legion Commander in Duel. We saw it be used against the Faceless Void after one of the Chronos. Another duel on a Medusa.
Oh, the Medusa this time. Blade Mail's pop, but Plantimos comes in. Soulbind's there. They won't get the dual damage. The Warlord's Punch hits onto the Death Prophet. They kill off Zitrax. That one's big. Silence on a BZZ. He's trying to run, but 19 inside the trees, doing a lot of damage onto these Radiant heroes. Just not enough damage. There's the BKB. Plantimos fighting. Sprout comes in, but 19 ends up low. And, oh, he just gets back and away.
Wow. That could have been devastating. I feel like I saw Palantimos like time walk, and then he did not end up inside of the Sprout for some reason. So that was very strange. Yeah. Wow, that could have gone way worse. Rubik did steal Chrono though, so Illusion has Chrono available. I don't know if he wants to show himself and show that he has it, because that could be a big deal. But yeah, big fight, being able to pick off the Medusa isolated like that. I don't know what they were able to duplicate with the Soulbind, but whatever the case, a ton of damage.
Cyberball, you see smoke, courier. Oh, they're almost trying to wait for it to buy something, which would be the Reaver. However, yeah, he doesn't have the gold for it anymore.
Oh, they see 19. They need to time this right.
They've got the duel, and there's the kill.
Good job taking out this Nature's Prophet.
Roche
Meanwhile,
respawns in
though-
5 seconds though.
Yeah, that's the Dire over in Roche.
I don't think you can do this with Nature's Prophet
Ooh,
being dead.
Plantimos.
Nature's Prophet. Oh.
Hit with the snowball. Walrus Punch. Look at that damage come in. Woo.
Oh, nice try.
Well, Chronosphere down for Illusion.
Well, now they can do Roche. If Void is dead, then you should feel pretty safe doing it. I don't know if they have enough damage with the Prophet being dead, though. Because it's just a Scotty and a Manta on the Medusa, so could take a while. And Exorcism is up in 8 seconds. Void can't buy back, though. Still moving towards the pit.
Gonna come over, pop the Exorcism, but right into the Aether Remnant. Really good job, but they've got the Telekinesis as well as the duel on the Medusa. Damage on a Pikachu is being very felt. Sonic Wave comes in. Now Zitrax low on mana. They get the kill on advanced score. The Sonic Wave was thrown back at them. Last hero running away from Zitrax. Happy to Rarok goes in and with the Stroke of Fate pushes back this side of Team Unique. Roche with the assist bash.
Oh, Prophet's flanking. Oh, he really wants to kill this Death
boy.
Prophet.
They're back in a Roche.
Yeah. I mean, Exorcism is spent. Being able to initiate on the Death Prophet. She blinked kind of blindly. I guess she did not see that there was an Aether Remnant, or maybe she was trying to blink over the Aether Remnant, because they have this Radiant Ward, and I thought, oh yeah, I guess I didn't really see it. So she blinked directly into it, and then immediately Tusk combos her, takes her down to like 10% HP. 19? Maybe able to kill off Bignum? Not quite. Pikachu kind of needs to be careful here. Wow, he's just kind of showing himself. 19.
He looks
Oh. Whoa.
in a very bad spot. Snowball just TPs out.
Wow. The greed. Alright, well, he drew everyone bot, and that means that Medusa with this Aegis is going to be distracted for a little bit longer. Yet again, it's like it's almost a coin flip game, and this is before a Rapier even comes online, which Medusa does have queued up at the moment. She should be able to complete it before this this Aegis expires. So, if they want to, they could probably afford like a solid minute and a half on a Rapier Aegis.
Well, he just switched over to the Butterfly.
Oh well, that seems like a short-sighted build. Because, I mean, Medusa's going to get a Rapier eventually. I guess it would kind of help against Nature's Prophet's right clicks, the evasion, but it's not going to help against Medusa. I'm really surprised that he has not opted for like a Diffusal Blade at all, because I mean, not only is the mana burning nice, but like the kiting potential. Oh, Grimstroke goes down.
Radiant's middle tower.
They're not even gonna wait for the rapier. They're just gonna mow down all
they're
of
just
Cyber
gonna
Legacy.
Go for the Legion Commander to the Dissimulate, trying to run, but the Sprout in a very good spot to keep him on the low ground. They get 2 kills. They don't have buyback on the Legion Commander.
Void is pushing out top, but there's a mid lane creep wave, so they should be able to push high ground off of that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Death Prophet.
Gonna go through for the Death Prophet to simulate as well as the Snowball, and you look at the damage and the stolen Sonic Wave. Pikachu blasted out of the game.
Tower is under attack.
I don't know why more teams don't play Yule's Void. Obviously, like the Aghanims build is great, the crit build is great, but you have to stand so far back against freaking Yule's Void Spirit.
Chronosphere comes in with the Soulbind. Do they have the damage to get the kill on 19? The Sonic Wave's thrown forward. They'll get off the kill onto this Nature's Prophet, but now the Walrus Punch comes through into Palantimos, so time walk away. Shards blocks him in. He needs to get back. Snowball all the way up onto the high ground. Zitrax getting low with the Exorcism rolling. Can they get the bash? They get the first life out of his hands. Now they take the Tusk. 3 heroes are gone. BZZ on the retreat, but the Aegis now. Second life for Zitrax trying to fight. Goes after Palantimos, who's able to time walk away, but the Stone Gaze going through. Bignum gone. Disarm Zitrax. They're looking for more. Blink with a dual opportunity. Won't find anybody, but then finds Zitrax. Now Inkswell. Telekinesis holds him back, and they'll just retreat because they've lost Pikachu again, and he's gone for 100 seconds.
Dude, Illusion is crushing it. He had stolen that Sonic Wave during the Roche fight earlier, and that was another reason why Death Prophet got so low in that Roche engagement. And he holds on to it, and now he steals Stroke of Fate, which between his Fade Bolt and Stroke of Fate, he does so much burst damage. So Death Prophet blinks in, immediately eats like, what? 300 damage from a Stroke of Fate, and another 320 damage from Fade Bolt. So basically like a Laguna Blade just from blinking in, and immediately gets blown up.
This has been quite the struggle here. They did technically hold the high ground. I mean, they only lost the tier 3, but you see where they cost them a bunch of buybacks, and now they're down 14,000 net worth.
Okay. And Zitrak revises his build, instead opts for the Butterfly as opposed to the Rapier, because I think he understands he's a little bit more vulnerable than he expects. But he does have the Butterfly now, and Chrono's down for another minute, so they're looking for a fight.
Smoke is looking for Palantimos.
Oh, they saw Illusion fly over his outpost.
He's got Time Walk, but there's the Telekinesis, Stroke of Fate, Wrath of Nature. Snowball won't reach, but the shards are there. They'll pop the BKB, turn on the Van Score, Walrus Punch comes through, and they'll get the kill into Palantimos. He's dead for 89 seconds. He does have buyback, but that is a big kill there for Team Unique.
Yeah, that was just kind of irresponsible of him to time walk directly over this outpost, because that just immediately telegraphed where he was, so a little bit of misplay from Palantimos. And this Tusk is proving to be, like, incredibly irritating. Like, all game long, this Walrus Punch stun duration, and being able to follow people around, like both these blinking Queen of Pains and the Death Prophets and the time-walking Faceless Voids, just trail them with the Snowball. It's so powerful. Void has buyback, and he has Chrono, and the rest of his team is trying to flank around this.
Going for the racks. Zitrax cleans up the Sentry Ward. Exorcism. Buyback onto the back lines.
Oh,
they're going to look for everybody but the Medusa. 19 finally comes through. The Stone Gaze is used. The Sprout around the Death Prophet, as now with the tag team trying to catch up to the Death Prophet, but won't. Exorcism still rolling on. Chronosphere on a 2. And then the Sonic Wave. It's all set on Millhouse right now, but the Snowball saves the Tusk for a moment. Also pulls in the Medusa. Can they get the kill onto this Medusa? Yes, they can. They'll get the duel. They'll look over at 19. They'll hold the high ground and potentially get even more. Palantimos trying to man fight this Nature's Prophet. The Bash is coming through, but they get the kill onto the Faceless Void, who just bumped back. 19 is going massive here, but not massive enough, as everybody from the side of Cyber Legacy was around, and he at least gets away with a kill on the Faceless Void.
Dude, Palantimos was as good at decision-making as he was at landing Chronos, and this game would have been over a long time ago. But he had his Mask of Madness activated, so he couldn't time walk, and then, but, like, he did not need to stick around for that. This entire team was alive versus a solo Nature's Prophet, and he just, like, I don't know, he wanted it all. and he ends up dying. And this kind of like slows down their what they could theoretically regain off the map, but still like a huge team fight victory. It does cost a Void buyback, dieback, but yet another Medusa kill. No rapier, so that would have been another situation which she may have dropped it, or they may have won the fight, but I'm guessing that she would have dropped it, because if you're caught in a chrono, it doesn't really matter how much damage you have, and Palantimos is landing these clutch-ass chronos, so yeah, they need to continue to be very, very wary. Although, despite all that, they still cannot cross the river.
Yeah, they haven't been able to really cross the river. The one time that Palantimos was there, he ends up dead. BKB now picked up for the Death Prophet. Roche, a minute, potentially,
Dire's top tower is under
until it's
attack.
up. And we'll see how they go around this fight. And because I think this next Roche is probably the game changer. If it's picked up by Unique, mid, Quap, hit with the Aether Remnant.
The Greaves.
Now the Snowball, not going to catch up. Sonic Wave pushes him back. They've got the Silence on the Void Spirit.
Whoa, Nature's Prophet out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're going to look for this Grimstroke. Walrus Punch comes in, 19. He is way forward, and now they're without the Grimstroke for 88 seconds. One of the big things that was helping them as well in this fight was the Soulbind. Pikachu, the new BKB, he'll pop it, but look at where he's at with the Sprout as well as the Shards. He actually just can't move.
Chrono's up in 10 seconds.
Telekinesis on the Legion, a lot of damage, and taunted with the Aether Remnant, but the Guardian Greaves saving her for a second.
Radiant structures.
But only a second.
Chrono is up. This Medusa's a very peculiar positioning. She wants to get split shots on whoever's like behind the tower, but that also means she's very, very far away from her team.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Overwhelming odds. As well as the Shadow Strike coming through. Chrono on the back lines. BKB right before the Chrono comes out. They look over the Rubik. They'll get the kill on a 1. Now for the rest, no. Palantimos is just going to leave the fight. I don't think he placed that Chrono where he wanted it because he can't go in anymore. Exorcism, Snowball, Telekinesis all on the Death Prophet. They get the kill there on a Pikachu. Pikachu without buyback. Palantimos, he won't have his either. And so if he goes down, this is probably the end of the game. Illusion stays with him with the Time Walk. 19 TPs in. The damage, Wrath of Nature, Fade Bolt, Time Walk away once again. Bignum with the Blink. Just surviving. They're still trying to keep up. TP. Oh!
Oh my god.
Still, though, without the Death Prophet, they're at least losing this bottom racks.
Yeah, this is pretty over. They don't have Chrono. They don't have Death Prophet. This Nature's Prophet is ginormous.
Mags on Happy to Rah, so he's got the illusions trying to do work for him. Sonic Wave comes in, 19 taking a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. They'll get the kill into the Faceless Void. They look over the Legion Commander, take him out as well. GG, we're going to a game 3. Unique taking game 2. This time the Medusa does work out.
Yeah, and I kind of... This is how I was expecting the game to go in game 1.